Let's talk Damascus before we get into the topic of today's video. I only have the shotguns left before I unlock base Damascus on all the base weapons of the game, plus the few DLC weapons that I've been working on here and there. But I got the model gold yesterday, which leaves me with the 725 Origin and R90. However, I'm not starting from scratch with these weapons because yesterday I grinded out shoot the ship 24/7 and got all like the annoying camo challenges. So all I have left is like the no attachment kills and then 3 kills without dying, and then I'm Damascus. So tomorrow's video, hopefully we will have Damascus by then, but if not, hopefully the day after. I do have a lot of school that I got to get through both today and tomorrow, so we'll see where I have time to grind, if I have any. Anyway, today I want to talk about how we overlook things in Call of Duty. I was playing with a bunch of friends yesterday, and we were playing Warzone, and I was thinking about back in Blackout, because we were discussing and kind of comparing both Blackout and Warzone to other CODs, and just how in the moment of playing any Call of Duty game, a lot of people will focus on the negatives and then kind of like leave some of the good stuff behind, or not even notice some of the good stuff. For example, I know this is really weird, and you could only unlock, I would say, a majority of these in the battle pass, which you did have to pay for in Black Ops 4, but that's the emotes. And I know it's something that they took from Fortnite, and there was a lot of people on the Fortnite hate train at the time, so they were thinking like, oh, this is stupid, this is copied from Fortnite. But honestly, I like the emotes and the emote wheel, and I know we have it in Warzone and Modern Warfare and Cold War, but we don't have anything cool. Like, for example, if I completely smoke a squad in Warzone and they're spectating me for like a little bit, I want to sit there and juju on the beat on their dead bodies and kind of be a little toxic and have some fun. That was one thing I really loved about Blackout, was if I got like a squad wipe, or if I won the game or just won any fight at all, I would literally just sit there and do a little emote on their body while they were spectating. Some of my favorite emotes to do, I don't remember what it was, but all the emote was is you held out your hand and you literally just shook a bunch of dog tags, showing that you got a lot of kills. And it didn't matter how many kills you get, the dog tag amount didn't increase or decrease. But after every kill, I would sit there and do my little shake dog tag emote and let the people know, hey, this is real gaming hours. I just killed you. Here's your dog tag. And then if people were being like really toxic, or if there was like a really intense gunfight, I would just sit there and maybe do one of those like more crazier, more abstract and unique emotes, whether that was like the superpower ones or anything like that. But it was just super fun to have those emotes. And I know in Modern Warfare and Cold War it's a lot more realistic, and there's like the sprays and the hand gestures, but I think it would be really sick if they brought back emotes. And I understand how that's kind of off-brand for what Call of Duty is trying to be within the past few years, but in Black Ops 4 it definitely worked. And the reason I bring up that as an example is because that's just one of many examples that I have, and probably a gateway for a lot of other people to think about what they would want from old Call of Duty games to be brought back. And that's the great thing about hindsight, is it lets you see some of the good about the game that you completely missed from when you originally played it. For example, when I'm looking back at games like Black Ops 4 in hindsight, which is a game I genuinely didn't like for a Call of Duty title, wasn't a huge fan of the multiplayer. Zombies I loved, and of course there was no campaign. And of Blackout, I was like a huge Zombies Blackout player back then, but it lets me see all of the good that was in the game, and I look back and I think, hey, you know that new Zombies perk system? I know a lot of people didn't like it, but it really worked for the Chaos storyline. Of course, for the Ether story, you could put it up to debate, but it really worked for the Chaos story maps. And there's tons of like the emote wheels and all like the simple small things in Blackout I really enjoyed. And just going back at looking at Call of Duties that I don't like to begin with, like Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare, not a huge fan of the multiplayer. It felt like a watered down version of Black Ops 3, a little bit less color, a little bit more simple movement with the Infinity Ward touch to it. But looking back on it, they really pushed the envelope with what's possible with Call of Duty, and they went the extra mile and committed to having a outer space Call of Duty title. And they went with it and committed to it. And even though I personally didn't like the gameplay, I can acknowledge that, hey, that risk is something that Call of Duty needs to start doing again. And I don't mean every Call of Duty needs to be in outer space from here on out, but taking risks like that and making the game more exciting is going to improve the Call of Duty franchise in the future. And I think if a lot of you guys try to look back at some Call of Duties that you didn't like, or just Call of Duties that you would never think of to have good features, or features that are no longer in Call of Duty that were actually really good implementations, think back and let me know in the comment section below on what games that you guys have played throughout COD history that maybe were unpopular in the eyes of the community, and let me know what you enjoyed in them. For example, Cold War, a lot of people hate it because skill-based matchmaking, but I actually quite enjoy it because the simple arcade shooter playstyle with the, like, honestly, I actually like the maps in Cold War and I don't have an issue with them whatsoever. And the thing that makes me think we're overlooking so much in the Call of Duty franchise is, imagine a game with all the features from Call of Duties that were overlooked, whether that's like the super basic emote system or Modern Warfare 3's point streak system, which for those that don't know was basically just like normal kill streaks where if you got 5 kills you got like a Predator missile. However, if you captured an objective or planted a bomb or contributed to your team's points in objective game modes, then that also counted for one of your kill streaks, or I guess your point streaks, which is a fantastic thing to do. So you could capture a B flag, capture a C flag, get 3 kills and still get that Predator missile instead of getting 5 kills. So I think something like that would be really good for players to incentivize playing the objective. For me, when I play Domination or just any objective game mode in the first place, I'm one of those players that a lot of people hate because I don't really play the objective. I go for kills. I don't care if I win or lose. I just went for kills. But with the point streak system in Modern Warfare 3, I actually played the objective more than I ever have in Call of Duty because, hey, if I play the objective, I get rewarded. Hey, I need 1 kill for my streak. Hey, let me capture B flag really quick. There, I now have my Osprey gunner or my AC-130 or Reaper drone. And it's just things like that I've noticed that I've just overlooked completely in Call of Duty. And there's so many things that make these games fun and enjoyable that I just completely forgot about or didn't even know existed in the first place. And if you took all of these great things from Call of Duty and put them into one game, imagine how great that game would be. And I'm sure with Modern Warfare 2019, Cold War, and even Vanguard, in a few years from now, we'll look back and say, hey, during that Call of Duty, I didn't really like it or was overlooking this part of it. But now that I can look back in hindsight with a retrospective perspective, I can see that, hey, I understand why they had that system. The biggest eye-opener for me is the Black Ops 4 perk system. I kind of grew accustomed to it just because of how much I played Black Ops 4, so I was just like, okay, I'll suck it up and just play it for what it is and use the perk system and just build my perk system based off of what's available. But now I look back and I say, hey, actually this perk system, even though you could only have 4, really works out and makes a lot of sense, especially comparing it to Cold War, where you can literally get every single perk with no perk limit. The Black Ops 4 perk system makes sense to me. It makes the player have to care more about what perks they're carrying because it's going to make them more rely on their skill, rather than Cold War where you can get every perk upgraded to tier 5, which doesn't really take skill at all. It just takes grind to get the Ethereum crystals to level up your perks. But once you have all perks, it's really hard to die because with Jug tier 5, you will get like an extra hit once you have 0 health. With Quick Revive, you basically get a free self revive without even buying the full game self revive, and same with Tombstone. So before you actually use your normal self revive that people have known since the beginning of the game before these perks became overpowered, we now have like 3 backups before we even get to our normal self revive within the game. And on top of that, if we're playing co-op, then the teammates have an even easier way to revive you, and that's just how it is. But looking back, we understand why things were the way they were. And I think right now, I think the biggest issue that we don't understand, that we will understand in the future, regardless of if we like it or not, is going to be skill-based matchmaking. And I know that a lot of Call of Duty titles, even though I'm saying look in the past and see that there are some good in games, that's not excusing all of the bad and all of the things that didn't work in them and all of the negative things about the games. That's not excusing that. I'm just saying, even though like Call of Duty has been in such a bad spot within the past couple of years, with the community constantly critiquing it and people finding anything to hate, there is so much that we overlook because we're so quick to go, hey, you know what? This game sucks. Let me tell you about it. Call of Duty, Activision, whoever's making the game, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer, and people just overlook the good things in the game. And I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention today, because honestly, since I've been on the Damascus grind for the second time, I'm starting to like Modern Warfare and see it in ways I didn't see it before. But that's really just with the camo grind and ground war. When I play 6v6, I still see all those issues that I had a year ago or 2 years ago when Modern Warfare first came out. Anyway, that's gonna be the video for today. Leave a like if you guys did enjoy, dislike if you didn't. There's no hard feelings. Subscribe for more videos in the future. Use code WILD on checkout on gamersubs.gg for 10% off all of your orders. Help support me and help support the channel, and you guys get a discount. I'm about to head out, and if there is one, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.